Picture your future with as much precision and detail as you would when walking into the restroom of your dwelling. Neville Goddard highlighted the supreme significance of imagination, proposing a thought-provoking idea: what if the future you deeply desire already exists within your mental realm? This concept might just be the catalyst for transforming your current existence. Exploring the realms of imagination, we encounter the core of Jesus Christ, not through an awaited corporeal return but as a manifestation of redemption and the promise of a brighter tomorrow, made accessible through the prowess of our imagination. This is in harmony with the insights of Proverbs chapter 8, verses 35 to 36, which ponder, "Isn't the quest for such wisdom the crux of life?" This capability, inherent from the beginning of time, is our remarkable human imagination. Have faith in these words, and contemplate the insights shared by John in John 1 verse 3, "Through him, all things were made, without him, nothing was made that has been made." This reality often eludes recognition in our daily lives. Attempt to pinpoint anything in existence that didn't stem from imagination before taking physical form. It's an endeavor bound to fail. The divine essence isn't restricted to celestial realms but thrives within us, through our faculty of imagination. Imagining is a divine act in our existence, a channel through which God unveils himself. By tapping into our imagination, we allow God to materialize in various forms. Where do you find yourself presently? Maybe you're driving, absorbing this discourse, reclining in bed, or just exiting the bathroom. As soon as you proceed, that location no longer encompasses your presence. Yet, the shop you visited today remains in your mind, reachable through your imagination, rendering it as tangible as your immediate environment. This unveils a profound truth: all existence is contained within our minds. Every locale we visit or depart from resides in our imagination, steering us towards our destined path. The future you yearn for exists with the same veracity as any place you've just vacated. Consider this: you're not in your dwelling's bathroom right now, but you acknowledge its presence. In a similar vein, your envisioned future, though not your present circumstance, dwells within the same imaginative scope. Recognizing this fact opens the door to it. Adopt the idea that your bathroom, though currently out of reach, exists just as surely as the future you dream of. This viewpoint renders the future a tangible current reality, as real as the restroom in your abode. Memories, instead of transporting us backward in time, advance past moments to converge with us in the present. Hence, visualizing your future doesn't project you forward, it draws the future into the present, embodying the scriptural day of salvation. Today, thus, becomes our day of salvation, with past and future melding in the current moment. This insight unveils that there's no there, only here. If you visualize your future, you're already inhabiting it. These notions may be difficult to comprehend, yet they encapsulate a fundamental truth that liberates us. Through this realization, we catch a glimpse of our immortality. If we exist as purely imaginative entities, transcending temporal and spatial confines, how can we ever truly perish? The conduit of imagination may cease, but imagination itself is perpetual. This explains why Jesus, as the scriptural personification of imagination, couldn't be restrained by mortality. As declared in Deuteronomy 32 verse 39, "See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand." Nothing escapes the reach of the I Am, not your restroom, not your future. This conversation isn't merely an external exchange. It's the I within you, rousing you to the latent potency of your imagination. You may opt to overlook this reality presently, but it emanates from your innermost self. In communicating with you, I'm reflecting on my own expedition. The external realm remains inert until we imbue it with our conscious awareness. That which we enliven with our focus flourishes, that which we ignore withers. As John 5 verse 26 intimates, we animate our universe with the authority vested in us. This authority doesn't originate from an external entity but from within, from our extraordinary human imagination. By honing our imaginative skill, we assume control over our domain, adorning it with the colors of our selection. This isn't mere speculation but a reality affirmed through personal experience. The true power lies not externally but within our reach, in the domain of our imagination. Immersing ourselves in the profound teachings of Neville Goddard, we enter a vast landscape of understanding that elevates our imagination to a divine gift, an eternal gem. This capability, often overlooked, is the foundational pillar for crafting both our personal and shared realities, turning the intangible into tangible, making the invisible visible, and conjuring existence from nothingness. Goddard reveals that imagination is more than just a retreat into fantasy or a creator of trivial daydreams. It stands as our most powerful tool for shaping our existence, for bringing our deepest desires to life, and for embedding our visions into the physical realm we dwell in. This process of creation is not merely an act of visualization but a sacred ceremony, a profound communion with the divine, a spiritual journey that connects us to the essence of being and the universe. His references to Proverbs and John are intentional, aiming not just to confirm our position as co-creators with the divine but also to underscore that creation is an ongoing journey. It suggests that every thought, dream, and wish is like a seed planted in the vast garden of potential, waiting for the nourishment of our belief and conviction to bloom into our reality. Goddard's point that the world, born of imagination, often fails to recognize its source, invites us to reflect on our disconnection from our intrinsic power and essence. Our society's preference for what is tangible, material, and quantifiable often leads to the dismissal of the intangible as either unreal or trivial. However, Goddard urges us to move beyond this limited perspective, recognizing that all manifestations considered real and significant began as mere concepts, dreams, or imaginative projects. History is filled with examples where imagination has been the catalyst for change. Great inventions, masterpieces of art, scientific discoveries, and revolutions all stemmed from the minds of those who dared to dream of something different, better, and new. These pioneers did not merely conform to the existing conditions but used their imaginative capacity to create new realities. The comparison of our future goals to the tangible presence of our home's bathroom highlights the solid, achievable nature of our dreams and visions. These are not mere abstract ideas or far-off hopes but real possibilities within the realm of potential, waiting for our recognition and realization in the physical world. This insight fundamentally changes how we interact with time and space, moving beyond the traditional linear progression of time. We become active creators of our reality, shaping our future not as a distant goal but as a current reality, crafted by our choices, beliefs, and primarily, our imagination. In this context, the resurrection of Jesus takes on a new meaning. It represents not just a historical event or a doctrinal tenet but exemplifies the limitless power of imagination to transcend the boundaries of physical existence, time, and space. Jesus, as the personification of imaginative power in the scriptures, demonstrates that death, seen as the ultimate end, is just a passage into new realms of creation. Goddard's encouragement to embrace and utilize our imaginative power is essentially an invitation to awaken to our divine nature, to recall our role as co-creators with the divine, equipped with the capability to shape our reality in harmony with our desires and visions. This awakening is not only an empowerment but also a call to responsibility, prompting us to use our creative power wisely, with love and compassion, envisioning a world that is fair, beautiful, and harmonious for everyone. At its core, Goddard's discourse on imagination reminds us that the reality we observe is a reflection of our inner world, our firmest beliefs, and our boldest dreams. By transforming our inner selves through the power of imagination, we not only change our personal experiences but also contribute to the collective reality, crafting a future that reflects the height of our imaginative capabilities.